Hello, everyone. My name is Pu Xing.
I'm Ryosuke.
We are Team 8, and today our topic is predict the interest rates of lending club. And Ryosuke will start first.
Okay, so first of all, introduction and our motivation. We found an article from the Wall Street Journal and were amazed at the article because it said about 40% of households are suffering from financial difficulties because of the pandemic. We realized how financial industries are important to maintain social stability. Especially, we got interested in companies that offer financial services any people can easily access, and in those services, any people can even lend money to others. We think from the standpoint of the organization or lenders, by accurately predicting the interest rate based on the client's status, they will be able to assign a good interest rate to the customers, which makes a balance between attracting more customers and making a profit. Okay, next please. A financial company, a lending club, offers a platform that allows individuals to lend money to other individuals. And we found open data related to the loans made through the company's platform. This data only represents loans actually made. This data has 10,000 rows and 55 columns, including variables related to client status and variables related to loan information. We thought this data set is interesting because the attributes can be classified into categories. One is for the borrower's information, such as his or her job income, debt, like that. The other is related to the loan information he or she made, such as loan amount, term, interest rate, like that. Okay, next.
Okay, in this project, we have two goals corresponding to two types of analysis. First, we will do data visualization similar to project 1. We will mainly use this to analyze some variables related to applicants' status information, such as the state, the job title, the job length, etc. This will help us understand the characteristics of the applicants who receive the loans. And second, we will use supervised learning to fit different models on some quantitative variables related to applicants' status to predict the interest rates based on the applicant's information and evaluate the models. And next, let's dive into the data visualization part. First, we want to get a sense of what the job titles of the receivers are. From the word cloud, we can find that managers, teachers, doctors are the top 3 job titles of the loan applicants. And these people are more likely to get loans. The graph on the right shows the relationship between the number of years in the job and the average loan amounts the applicants got. We can find that as the number of years in the job increases, the individual tends to get a higher amount of loan. And next, the histogram on the left shows the distribution of the number of loans. We can conclude that the loan amounts received by the clients concentrated below 20,000 US dollars, with around 20% of the receivers getting loan amounts around 10,000 US dollars. The pie chart on the right shows the proportion of receiver number in terms of states where they applied for loans. We can find that California, Texas, New York, and Florida are the top 4 states with the highest number of loan receivers. And lastly, we used this stacked bar chart to show the proportion of loan issuance in terms of different loan purposes. we can find that during the 3 months, the debt consolidation and credit cards are the two most popular purposes of getting a loan. Next, let's jump into the data modeling part. In this part, we will do supervised learning because we have both the input and output variables. And our goal is to predict the interest rate based on applicants' status information. To simplify the analysis, we select the numerical variables as the independent variables, such as the annual income, total credit limits, debt to income, etc. And there are 31 independent variables in total. And for the dependent variables, obviously we chose the interest rate. And we will fit 5 models on the data: the linear regression model, SGD regression model, which uses different loss function and uses gradient descent to calculate the parameters; the ridge regression, which adds L2 regularization to overcome the overfitting issue; the lasso regression, which adds L1 regularization to overcome the overfitting issue; and lastly, the neural network, which uses activation function to add some nonlinearity to the model. It often performs better when there is some nonlinear dependencies in the model. And here, instead of showing the process of modeling, I want to directly show the results. We used cross-validation for each model and used MSE and RMSE as the error rates to compare those models. Overall, we can find that SGD regression performed the best in terms of all 3 error rates: the training error, testing error, and validation error. So basically, the low training error means it performed well in learning the training data. And the low validation error means it also fits well on the data that has not been trained on. And the low testing error means the model performs well on future data the model hasn't seen. This error is also called prediction error, which we are using to evaluate the prediction accuracy and also used to select models. Lastly, based on the findings above, we want to provide a summary and some suggestions to both the loan applicants and the loan lending platform. First, for the loan applicants, before applying for loans, they should consider their job titles and job length. If they are among manager, director, or teachers and have a higher number of years in the job, then they are likely to get a higher amount of loan. And also, if possible, they can go to California, Texas, New York, or Florida to apply for a loan. They may get a higher chance to get the loan. Also, if their purpose of applying for loans is data consolidation and credit cards, they may get a higher chance to get a loan. For the loan lending platform, when considering assigning an interest rate to the clients, they can get the applicant's status information first, and then based on our data modeling part, they can use the SGD regression to predict the interest rate and assign to that client. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.